So, what's up? I apologize for the tardiness of this video, but this is part one on what the hell happened to Ray Williams. So, so like I said in a post on Instagram, I was on YouTube the other day, and I'm just scrolling and such up, and a video popped up, and it was Ray Williams 1003 straight out of retirement. Like straight out of retirement. When did I retire? Okay, so watch the video. It was when I competed at the Virginia Pro a couple years ago. And I never retired. So directly, when on YouTube, when you stop watching the video, other suggested videos pop up. So the next video that popped up was entitled, "What Happened to Ray Williams?" Okay, so I'm like, I could have told you what happened to me, but okay, so I watched the video anyway, and I think it was by the Lift Factory, the Lift Vault, some crap like that, but it was the most ludicrous, asinine, stupid bunch of assumptions I've ever heard. And normally when you make statements like that, you don't throw people's name out there, but I want them to understand, and I want them to feel how I felt when I watched this video. It was absolutely stupid. Okay, so before I get into what happened to Ray Williams, let's get into what the registered testing pool is. Okay, so if you do big things in the IPF, you get put in a registered testing pool. Okay, so let me tell you how the registered testing pool works. For those of you that don't know how it works, they send you a calendar or a website to WADA. You log into that website, you create an account, and there is a calendar. Each day you have to put your overnight accommodations, where you'll be staying that night. You have to have your home, work, address, and phone number. You also have to have your regular activities, like when you train, where you train. If you're doing something, all that has to be in there. And you have to give them your next competition, and each and every day of that quarter, you have to provide, and hear me, every day, you have to provide them a 60-minute window in which they can come and test you. But here's the kicker. You don't know when they're going to show up. That is why they make you put your overnight accommodations on the calendar. So wherever you stay that particular day, or wherever you work, or wherever you put your gym, if that falls in that 60, if your time in one of those spots falls in that 60-minute window, they're going to show up. And they do it randomly. You have no idea when you're going to get tested. So my question is to the people out there, how in the hell can you be on steroids if you don't know when you're going to get tested? And if you don't fill out this calendar in a timely manner, then you could possibly be put on probation or suspended from competition. Okay, so that's how the registered testing pool works. Okay, so let's jump to Sweden. As everybody knows, I bombed out. I went for 970 as an opener, and I completely bombed out.
Let's sehe den Riesen.
Der Nummer ist auch Mann.
Worst competition of my career. And I say that only because squat is what I do. Like, I'm an okay deadlifter, I'm an okay bencher, but squat is what I do. So to bomb out and squat, man, that hurt me deeper than anything that could have ever been said about me. And, you know, with it happening at Worlds, of all places, Worlds. Woo! I'm talking about, bruh, the sting, like, bruh, it was like getting stabbed to the bone. So I was hurt. But being that I was hurt, didn't stop me from, I'll be all right. I'll bounce back. I'll just go home, reshuffle the deck, and get back to training. Okay. What I didn't know was, when I got home, I found out that I was sick. I found out I had food poisoning. I found out that I also had strep throat. So I was sick trying to compete. And for most people, you can push through those things, but for me, it hit me hard. And I know that because when I left Mississippi to head to Sweden. I left on a Wednesday. I was going to travel Wednesday, get there Thursday, sleep all Friday, and Saturday, because I think we competed on a Sunday that year. I might be wrong, but I think it was a Sunday. But anyway, when I left Mississippi, I was 416.3. That's how much I weighed. Got to Sweden the day before competition. Me and Coach Gary met at the weigh-in room at the venue. I got on the scale, I was 388.7, and I didn't know why. I lost that much weight in a couple of day time span because that's how bad I had food poisoning that bad. Like, everything I ate, it made my stomach hurt. All I wanted to do was sleep. So, and I knew something was wrong. Like, I knew something was wrong when we were in the warm-up room and I'm putting on my knee sleeves, and the room was air conditioning, but I was sweating like I was made out of pork or something. Like, I was drenched, just putting on my knee sleeves. And I looked at Coach, my eyes were bloodshot. He was like, Ray, let's try to get you some electrolytes, try to get you hydrated. I see you're over here soaking wet. So pounding water, pounding orange juice. And little did I know, I was sick. So, all right, so bombed out at Sweden. Attempted 970 3 different times. On the second attempt, I felt like somebody had took a sewing needle and poked me in my groin. It didn't really hurt right then and there, but something ain't right. So, go for the third attempt. I'm talking about do my normal ritual thing. I get crunk. I'm trying to find it. But that particular day, it wasn't there to be found. So, bombed out. I think I attempted one bench, and then I looked at Coach and was like, man, I don't want to do this no more. So, took it back to my room. Fast forward, get back home. Go to the doctor. Bam, Ray, you're sick as a dog. You shouldn't have been competing. What are you doing? I didn't know I was sick. So, we fast forward to my first training session right after Sweden. Coach sent me my numbers. I told him, let's go right back into it. Give me 750. We're going to go 5 by 5. We're going to get this right. Coach was like, Ray, pause. Let's take a significant amount of time off. Let's heal both mentally, physically, and emotionally. Then we'll get back to training. So if Coach said me to do something, I'm going to do it. So I waited. I think we waited like 10 days where I didn't do nothing. It was a miserable 10 days because all I could think about was getting back under the squat block. So he sent me my numbers, my very first squat back, and the coach is probably gonna be, how do you remember that? It was 628, it was 628 pounds for 3x3. Y'all, 628 pounds to somebody who squatted 1,080 is baby weight. That was the hardest squat of my career, ever. Ever. That was the hardest squat I had done to that point. That workout took damn near 5 hours. And all I was doing was squat. Like, my body was so broken that it took 5 hours to squat 628. And if I go do 628 right now, I don't need a belt. I don't need knee sleeves. Hell, I could go in there with just my underwear on and I'll have 628 done in under 30 minutes. But that particular day, like I'm talking about, like you know how you just get gut punched and you can't breathe and it all just like, bro, I was sitting in Power Zone Gym in the back room, and I was just like, I was ready to cry. Like, wait, what? 628 is heavy? Man. So I sent the video to coach. I left him my little feedback, you know, and he knew I was hurt. So he called me later that evening, we talked, and he was just like, it's gonna be okay. Let's just take it one workout at a time. We did that. Took it one workout at a time. We got everything back where it was supposed to be. We got everything right before Nationals. I was doing seated dumbbell shoulder press. Had 90-pound dumbbells. And I kicked this one up, ready to go. I kicked this one up, and I felt a crunch right in the same area that I felt that little needle prick pain. And immediately I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. So, dropped the dumbbells, called the workout, let coach know what had happened. Went to Chicago to Nationals. Didn't tell nobody. Only people knew about this injury was me and coach. We're the only people that knew. Because if I'm not mistaken, I squatted 881 as my second attempt. And I attempted 925, but I couldn't get it. Nobody knew I was hurt but me and coach. Nobody knew. So, won that Nationals. That year, everything got canceled. Worlds got canceled. Sheffield got canceled because of COVID. And we just kind of just sat still for a little while. We trained. I moved all of my rogue equipment to a room at the football field house. So me and my wife could continue to train through COVID. So training was going well until one fateful day. I had, I think it was 950. I was squatting 950, and the same leg that I introduced to the world, but journey like Earl Rose. I'm thinking who can stop it? Self-check, I got killers like the shower box. Getting paper fast like Daryl Green. 65 Chevy Kiss, blowing steam, cardiac frame. My vision blurred. Last time I seen Paulie had 50 birds. Last time I hit the club, I had 20 racks. I shook it like a move. Sit on blessed. Yeah, we been talking Barcelona. I had hurt before Nationals. I tore my IT band. Like, if I can find the video, I'll post the video. I'll attach the video to this, but I tore my IT band. I remember I'm coming out the hole, I'm grinding, and I just felt a crunch, like in the side of my leg. I stood up, I racked the weight. I could still walk, everything was fine. I walked outside, I called coach immediately. This just happened. And the next day, my leg was so stiff, it was hurting. So pretty much from that point on, I was stuck with just doing squats on my squat max. That's all I could do. So, all right, that's my time. So this is part one. Part two will be dropping next week. So if you want to know what the hell happened to Ray Williams these past couple of years from Sweden to Richmond, Ashland, Virginia, then check it in next week and I'll drop part two next week. Holla.